From Elmhurst College and R.A. Faginal Hall, this is Blue Jay TV coverage of Elmhurst College volleyball as the Blue Jays opening the home portion of their CCIW slate today against the North Central College Cardinals. Kevin, Elmhurst coming in with a record of 6-5, 1-0 in the CCIW. This is kind of a big match against the North Central team that last year advanced all the way to the NCAA tournament.
Definitely, the Blue Jays fell to the Cardinals last year in Naperville, falling 3-1. North Central advancing all the way into the second round of the NCAA tournament this year. This year, Cardinals struggling a little bit, only 6-6 out of the gate, 0-1, dropping their conference opener to Millikan University last week. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays beating Illinois Wesleyan for the first time in 5 years to open conference play. A strong win for Elmhurst over the Titans. They enter 6-5, 1-0. A very young Blue Jay team you're going to see on the floor tonight, Tim.
Here are the starters for Elmhurst. Megan Mullaney at outside hitter. Janelle Thompson also an outside hitter. It's Paige Fombell in the middle along with Megan Reynolds. Katie Rufer is the setter. And Hannah Lesson is the defensive specialist with Perry Morgan as the libero today. For North Central, Megan Postima, the outside hitter. Allie Briner in the middle. Janae Harner on the outside as well, along with Shanna Luce. The setter is Ryan Lally, and Crystal Wright is also an outside hitter for North Central, while the libero for the Cardinals is Sarah Eggert. Head coach of North Central is Karen Saramet Kunka, while the Blue Jays are led by Julie Hall. It'll be Elmhurst in the blue, opening on serve to begin the matchup this evening. Janae Harner with a quick attack. Back into the middle for the Blue Jays, who are on the board as Megan Reynolds finds an opening.
Great start for Elmhurst. They love Megan Reynolds' athletic ability in the middle, a highly recruited freshman. She came to Elmhurst and she has made an immediate impact on this Blue Jay team. Enters the game tonight's match with 56 kills, a team leading 1.35 blocks per set.
Katie Rufer, freshman setter out of Batavia, starting things out for the Blue Jays on serve, and North Central will even the score at 1 here in the opening set. And the Cardinals already with a substitution is Anna Wirtz, senior defensive specialist out of McChesney Park, enters, and it'll be Wirtz dropping back to serve for the Cardinals here tied at 1. First set of action today from Elmhurst College and R.A. Faginal Hall. Glad to have you alongside. He's Kevin Jude. I'm Tim Calderwood with you today. North Central taps it over the middle, and it's dug out by the Blue Jays. Charged that from Megan Reynolds in the middle. Here's an opportunity for Janae Harner, who puts it down and gives North Central their first lead of the day, 2-1.
Harner, the big outside hitter for the Cardinals, Tim, leading the North Central with a team leading 95 kills to go along with 103 digs. She's averaging over 2.5 kills per game. You'll be calling her name a lot tonight.
Reynolds with a side out for the Blue Jays, evening things up at 2-2.
Reynolds, very big frame, 6'1" in the middle. She can swing from the outside as well, as you see her going cross court that time. Great court vision, good shot selection as well. She's not one of the players who's going to go up and try to pound it every time.
Jump ball at the net, and it is an over on North Central as the Blue Jays retake the lead at 3-2. Our officials today, Sandy Avenatti is the up referee, and Mary Malpede down on the hardwood here at R.A. Faginal Hall. Serving for the Blue Jays is Hannah Lesson, the defensive specialist, with Elmhurst leading 3-2. Short attack from Janae Harner that drops in to tie the score.
Went
Back
off of Reynolds' fingertips that time. She couldn't quite get the block down. It trickled off her fingertips and down on the point for the Cardinals to even things up.
Blue Jay TV will have all of your coverage of every Elmhurst College athletic event you can possibly imagine here in 2010 and 2011. Including home coverage of sports you wouldn't necessarily see, as Reynolds, with an attempt kept alive by the Cardinals. Set over from the back row. Diving in to dig it out is Lesson. Bumped over by Megan Mullaney. To the net, the Cardinals try to set it up. Harner with an opportunity. Too strong from the left side as Megan Mullaney comes up for the Blue Jays. A little bit long on her attempt. 4-3 North Central.
Good swing that time by Megan Mullaney. Nice, better dig by Hannah Lesson to keep that play alive as she went sprawling to the floor to dig up the shot by the Cardinals.
First set here at R.A. Faginal Hall. Reynolds taps it over, fired back and blocked.
That's why Elmhurst coaches love Megan Reynolds' athletic ability. She is a tremendous blocker in the middle. leads this team in blocks, and you see her first of the match right there.
Janelle Thompson joining in on the fun on the block as well. 4-4 in the first. So this is the first of 3 volleyball matches that you can see here on Blue Jay TV. We'll have October 12th against Augustana and October 19th against Wheaton as well for you. Short attempt by the Cardinals to retake the lead at 5-4.
Good shot selection that time by North Central, and Postema drops it in over the Blue Jay defense, saw him that they had that opening and found it.
Jamie Draws into the matchup for the Cardinals, serving with the left hand into the middle of the Blue Jay defense. Reynolds from the back row taps it over and down. That was Janelle Thompson, rather. And here come the first subs of the day for Elmhurst. Aaron Thill and Caitlin Wilkes on the floor for the first time today. Tied up at 5 in the opening set.
Going to see a lot of freshmen on the floor for Elmhurst today, Tim. We mentioned Megan Reynolds. You see your first look at Caitlin Wilkes. Katie Rufer got the start at center.
A lot of space, but too strong from Janae Harner, the sophomore out of Effingham, Illinois.
Blue Jays are going to use 2 setters over the course of the match tonight, Tim. You saw Rufer start. Aaron Thill in. She's in to serve. They enter the game almost identical stats. 211 assists for Rufer, 208 for Thill.
Thill fires it into the ticker tape at the top of the net. And North Central with a substitution as well. Crystal Wright returning. Tied at 6 in the first set. Janae Harner will serve in the back left corner of the floor. Charging ahead to the shouts of her teammates. Short attempt by Megan Mullaney. Back right corner, knocked ahead and down. Jamie Droz for North Central. First set of action, 7-6 today. Deep serve into the back row, handled by the Blue Jays, and it won't get over on the Fombell attempt into the net.
A little too short that time from Paige Fombell as she fires it into the net for the air. Gives the Cardinals a 2-point lead for the first time tonight.
First time either team has been ahead by 2 points in the matchup. Mullaney with a try. Jump ball of the net. Powered home by Caitlin Wilkes. Big side out for Elmhurst. Enter Jamila Chaudhry, senior out of Green Oaks, Illinois. Stepping back and serving for the Blue Jays, who trail 8-7 here in the opening set. Droz dug out by the Blue Jays. Attack from the left side, and it is put down by Hannah Lesson.
We list Hannah Lesson as a defensive specialist, but they really like her as a right side hitter as well, Tim. She had 13 kills in the match against Illinois Wesleyan. Only 5'6", but she has got very good hops out there.
And so we're tied up again at 8. Allie Briner puts it ahead for North Central. It was going long, and Elmhurst able to take advantage as North Central didn't let it go. Tried to play it instead, and now the Blue Jays are back in front. They've scored 3 straight. Elmhurst looking for their 3rd consecutive win today. They won 3 in a row at home on September 3rd and 4th in their season opening invitational here at R.A. Faginal Hall. Very short serve. Knocked at the net and into the net on the block attempt.
Early mistake here by the Blue Jays, ties it back up for North Central.
Allie Briner's serve is too long.
But the Cardinals hand the mistake right back to him. Briner serves it out of play. Point and side out for the Blue Jays as Paige Fombell will get her first serving action of the match.
Fombell, the junior out of Decatur, Illinois. Up the right side of the floor. Handled by the Cardinals. And stepping up is Crystal Wright with a powerful kill for North Central.
Wright, a second-team all-conference performer last year for the Cardinals. Had her struggles at times this year so far. Only played 1 set in the Cardinals' loss to Milliken last week.
Tied at 10 in the opening set. A short attempt from Hannah Lesson at the net, fought for and down.
Kind of match that we anticipated here in the early going, Tim. A back and forth contest between two relatively evenly matched teams.
Ryan Lally serving for North Central. Tipped at the net on the attempt from Lesson. Knocked over by Postima, way too long. Postima just trying to knock it over the net. Fired it over the end line.
Not a good play. Postima would like to have that one back. A free ball. She's just trying to send it over the net, and then she sends it over the end line for a point for Elmhurst.
Once again tied at 11. Katie Rufer on serve for the Blue Jays. Into the back row. Attack from the middle for North Central. Short attack from Megan Reynolds right over the top of the North Central blockers.
Reynolds with that grid court vision that time saw the opening. Nice set that time by Katie Rufer. Set her short. Reynolds able to pick apart the opening there on the right side of the Cardinals defense.
Postima with a chance. Dug out by the Blue Jays. Swung on by Janelle Thompson, who converts. And Elmhurst with a 2-point advantage for the first time in this set. Katie Rufer continues to serve for the Blue Jays. She's had a good stretch so far. This one is rather short. Set up in the middle. And a lift is called on the Blue Jays on the dig attempt of the Shanna Luce attack.
Neither team able to open up a good run here. Like we said, only a 2-point lead has been as big as a lead as we've seen all match.
Anna Wirtz back in to serve for the Cardinals. Swung on by Janelle Thompson, and Thompson with a kill for the Blue Jays.
Thompson, one of the seniors, the few seniors on this Elmhurst team, came into tonight's match with 41 kills, averaging 1.71 per set.
And a lesson to serve. And the attempt is wide from North Central. Elmhurst with the largest lead of the set from either side, 15-12, and it'll prompt a timeout for the Cardinals.
Karen Saramet doesn't want to see the Cardinals fall too far behind. She takes the timeout. Elmhurst opening up the 3-point advantage, 15-12 here. Like we said, this is a very important match for both of these two teams. Neither one wants to drop. North Central certainly doesn't want to fall to 0-2 in the early part of their season. Elmhurst would love to get out to a 2-0 start, especially with a good win against Illinois Wesleyan already in the books. If they could get a win against the Cardinals, would put them in very good shape as they go through the rest of the conference season, knowing you still have to go on the road to Carthage, but that you've got home matches against Augustana and Wheaton, and road contests left against North Park and Milliken. First, if you can get a win tonight, Tim, it's very good chances, even though it would only be 2 matches in, but you're in the driver's seat at least to be getting an opening round play-in match on your home floor.
Blue Jays will head to New York this weekend to play at NYU in their tournament. Will not be back at home again until October 12th after the matchup this evening here against North Central, which they lead 15-12 in the opening set. Back to live action. Hannah Lesson, the freshman out of Bloomingdale, Illinois, serving for the Blue Jays. Scooped out by Morgan in the back row, and the libero called for a double hit.
Blue Jays unable to get that 4-point advantage they were seeking that time, as an error on Elmhurst will side out for the Cardinals.
Sarah Eggert, the freshman libero for North Central, serving for the first time today. Winding up and swinging is Thompson, but it's blocked back at her. From the left side, Mulaney able to send it over. Diving in is Morgan to keep it alive, and it'll be bumped ahead by Reynolds in the middle. From the back row, North Central just trying to send it over the net, and Wirtz was unable.
2 fantastic defensive plays result in that Elmhurst point. Hannah Lesson the first dig, and then Perry Morgan picking up the second one to keep some rallies alive for Elmhurst and forcing the Cardinals into the hitting error for the point.
When you talk of Perry Morgan, she is serving up the right side of the floor over Good swing, but North Central is able to recover, and a double hit called on the set attempt from Ryan Lally.
Lally just lost control on that one. You're not going to see that too often from the Cardinals setter. She was an all-conference second-team selection last year as a freshman, but that one just slipped right through the window that time and down to the floor for the point for Elmhurst, and the Blue Jays with a 4-point advantage now.
Play to 25. The serve is up the right side and wide.
Morgan trying to go down the line that time for Elmhurst, but too far down the line, out of play. Don't want to hand the ball back to North Central, give the Cardinals free points on mistakes.
Jamie Droz with a left-handed serve. Over the net, tapped at by North Central, and the Cardinals able to recover as Anna Wirtz sends it ahead. From the right side, a swing from Thompson. Kept alive by the Cardinals, blocked back. Left-handed attack, ticks over the net. Elmhurst recovering. Hannah Lesson winds up, and it's too long.
Good attempt that time by the Blue Jays. Lesson's shot a little long. Good defense by Elmhurst to keep it alive. They had some chances early, but Cardinals defense right to the task, digging out a few balls that time to keep the play alive.
It is a warm Tuesday evening here inside R.A. Faginal Hall. As Megan Mullaney with a try from the left side. Elmhurst recovering on defense, setting up the attempt from Fombell. Tipped over. Winding up from the left side is Mullaney, but it's wide. 3 straight points from North Central that brought them to within 17-16, and Julie Hall will take a timeout.
Julie Hall's seen enough after 3 straight mistakes actually by Elmhurst, a couple going long, and that time it was Megan Mullaney sending it long. So Hall will call a timeout, try to settle Elmhurst down. They still have a 1-point advantage, 17-16 here in this opening set.
North Central has trimmed it to 1 at 17-16 here in the opening set of play. CCIW home opener for Elmhurst against the Cardinals today. They're DuPage County foes. Out of the timeout, Elmhurst looking for a side out. That's not going to do it. Janelle Thompson too short.
Mistakes starting to pile up here for Elmhurst. They had a 4-point lead. It's quickly gone now as the Cardinals have tied it up at 17.
Left-handed serve is an ace from Jamie Droz.
Morgan thought that was going long. She let it fall in, but right inside the tape, and now the Blue Jays find themselves down a point. 5 straight North Central points.
Droz has been serving for a while. Throws the Blue Jays off rhythm, and a double hit called on Fombell's set attempt. 19-17, North Central in control.
Tim, the scary part right now, it's mostly Elmhurst errors here, giving these Cardinals the points.
Janelle Thompson attempts to end the string. Allie Briner dumps it ahead for the Cardinals. In the middle, winding up is Mullaney, and Mullaney will snap the streak.
Mullaney's got a very, very powerful swing for Elmhurst. She's at her best when she's not just swinging for the power, but also picking her shots. Sometimes can overswing at times and maybe just try to pound the ball a little too much. That time, picked a great location, pounded it off the block, and nothing the Cardinals could do on that one.
Aaron Thill returns and is serving, and Elmhurst cannot cover all the real estate on the floor as North Central finds an opening for a quick side out. Crystal Wright returning for the Cardinals, who are in the black. Elmhurst in the blue today. The Cardinals on the left as you watch, the Blue Jays on the right. Mullaney with a try, and it is Mullaney with a kill for the Blue Jays.
Elmhurst trying to claw their way back into this one, now down just a point at 20-19.
Jamila Chaudhry to serve. One of the seniors on this Elmhurst squad. And North Central extends the advantage.
Another short set that time by Lally. Briner right there in the middle, the big middle hitter for the Cardinals. 43 kills, 55 blocks heading into this match this year, tonight.
Allie Briner serving for North Central. Soft attempt by Fombell, finessed over the net. Now from the setter position, it's still with an attempt. To the left side, it's right. Dug out by the diving Lesson. On the right side, Caitlin Wilkes. And it's Wilkes who pulls the Blue Jays within 21-20.
I don't think Janae Harner could decide if she needed to try and swing that one back over the net or get out of the way and let it go long. Instead, it just clipped right off of her and down.
Paige Fombell in the middle of the back row serving. Slowed over the net. Kept alive by Megan Reynolds, but Reynolds knocks it out. 22-20 and a timeout for Elmhurst.
Perfect pass that time by North Central. Set that one up. Easy serve receive right to the setter. You can't get much better than that. Perfect execution for North Central on that. Elmhurst now down 2 points here. The Cardinals within 3 points of the opening set, Tim.
North Central opened CCIW play by falling to Milliken in 4 sets on September 16th in Naperville last week. The Cardinals, in fact, entering play today have lost 3 in a row to even their record at 6-6. But they have the lead 22-20 here in the opening set as we zoom in on the Elmhurst College head coach, Julie Hall, and the rest of the Blue Jay huddle.
North Central on serve here, 2-point advantage. Elmhurst really needs to get the side out in the point right here. Don't want to fall down 3 points here this late in the opening set.
Ryan Lally slamming the ball down onto the floor. Lengthy serve into the back row. Chaudhry is there. Tapped ahead, and a good job of Megan Reynolds able to get out of the way of the return attempt.
Very nice play by Reynolds. Tipped the shot off the block, knew it was coming back in, and just tiptoed her way out of the way and made sure that ball dropped out of bounds for the point for Elmhurst.
Katie Rufer serving, 22-21. On the left side, Postema, very short. In the center of the Elmhurst offense, Megan Reynolds over the right edge. It's blocked on the left side by the Blue Jays. Hannah Lesson and Megan Reynolds are there for Elmhurst defensively to even the score.
Nice play that time by Lesson and Reynolds, following the Cardinals' attack over to the left side. Able to get a piece of it off the Cardinals and dropped it out of play.
Big point upcoming. Crystal Wright has a go. From the back, it's Chaudhry. And it is into the back right corner.
Right on top of the linesman. Karen Saramet not happy. Let's see if the officials talking. They're going to say the point stands. Right on top of the corner linesman there. It's his call all the way. The Cardinals not happy, and now Karen Saramet will take a timeout.
3 straight points by the Blue Jays to take a 23-22 lead here in our opening set.
That's a critical point here in the early going there for Elmhurst, now with a chance to try and serve this one out.
Let's take a look at the CCIW standings entering play today. Since this is just the second match, there are 4 teams who are 1-0 and 4 teams who are 0-1. Milliken, Carthage, Wheaton, and Elmhurst all 1-0. North Central, Illinois Wesleyan, North Park, and Augustana all 0-1. Other action today shows Wheaton at Augustana, North Park at Carthage, and Milliken at Illinois Wesleyan. So all of the action today featuring 1-0 teams against 0-1 teams as well.
Big point coming up right here. Big serve for Katie Rufer.
Rufer attacks Hayner.
Megan Reynolds right in front with the block, setting up set point for Elmhurst.
Blue Jays looking to win the first set here at home. It's been a long run for Rufer on serve, trying to serve it out. On the left edge, Postima into the net, and the Blue Jays have taken the first set 25-22.
Megan Reynolds, 2 straight blocks to finish up the set for the Blue Jays. They come from behind, down 22-20. Good timeout called by Julie Hall, and the Blue Jays make the most of it. 5 straight points to take the opening set, 25-22.
Set 2 will come your way in a few moments from Elmhurst College as the Blue Jays lead the Cardinals 1-0. This is Elmhurst College Volleyball on Blue Jay TV. Set 1 is in the books. Elmhurst 25, North Central 22 here at R.A. Fagettl Hall. Glad to have you alongside on Blue Jay TV this evening. I'm Tim Calderwood, along with the Elmhurst College Sports Information Director, Kevin Jude, as the Blue Jays and the North Central College Cardinals battling in volleyball action today. Elmhurst 1-0 in CCIW play, opening with a road win at Illinois Wesleyan last Tuesday, winning in 4 sets. North Central will open on serve here in the second set. Ryan Lally with the honors, the sophomore out of Downers Grove, Illinois, after the Blue Jays won the opening set 25-22. Did a very good job of making some adjustments late in the opening set to finish off North Central. We'll see if the momentum carries over for Elmhurst here in the second after scoring the final 5 points of the opener. Here's the serve from Lally. Handled by Megan Milkey, but Elmhurst cannot convert on the second attempt as it is out, and North Central opens the scoring here in the second set.
Not the best pass out of the back row for Elmhurst. See if they can make some adjustments here on that.
Rufer sets up Reynolds, hammering it home, dug out in the back by Harner. And it is out to the Blue Jays, tied up at 1. Here's Melissa Milkey, who did not appear in the opening set, the sophomore defensive specialist out of Lake Zurich. Off the top of the net, North Central scrambling, and they can't get it over.
Good effort that time by the Cardinals, but just too many bodies diving around the floor. Nobody really able to elevate a shot or a dig attempt, actually, that time by the Cardinals. And the point for the Blue Jays.
Milkey looking to her left for instructions from the Elmhurst bench. Her serve is to the back right side, taking Harner out of the play. Scooped ahead by Postema. On the left side, Lesson swings, it's tipped, and the Blue Jays lead 3-1.
Nice job that time by Hannah Lesson. Not sure if she was trying to go down the line or to the back line, but able to power the shot off the block of the Cardinals and out of play.
Seen a lot of that today. Using the blocks almost as another weapon rather than trying to have to worry about getting it over the block.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a weapon that both teams can utilize if you play smart out there, Tim, and not just go up and try to power the shot every time, but try to play it off your opponents. Easy way to get some easy points.
Anna Wirtz entering and serving here for North Central in the second set. Elmhurst won the first set, 25-22. So they have a 1-0 advantage here today. Janelle Thompson converts for the Blue Jays.
Great run that time by Thompson down to the near side. Perfect set on the floor to her, and Thompson with all kinds of court open and court in front of her puts it away.
Thompson, one of the seniors on this Elmhurst squad as well. At the net, set by Lally and knocked ahead. Wilkes with a go, tipped out.
Caitlin Wilkes, another one of those freshman middle hitters. There's three of them that Julie Hall and assistant coach Lindsey Johnson recruited. Taylor Rasmussen injured. She won't be dressing tonight. She's the third. They like all three of those middle hitters.
Wilkes out of Wisconsin, the only player on this Elmhurst squad out of Wisconsin. They also have players stretching from Indiana, Michigan, Iowa, and Ohio, in addition to a player from Kentucky. As North Central records the side out, and it's 5-3.
Great effort by Katie Rufer, diving to the floor, gets enough of it to send it over the net and almost dropped it into the corner. It just trickles out of play, though, and a side-out point for North Central.
Sarah Eggert, the freshman libero, spinning the ball in her left hand, serving with the right for North Central, trailing 5-3. In the middle, it's Wilkes to the backside, sent over by Briner. In the middle, Thompson will swing. Dug out in the back. Good rally here. Wilkes tries again. Once more thwarted by North Central. Short attempt from Janae Harner, and it eventually works its way to the hardwood as North Central scores again to pull within 5-4.
Good job that time by Harner, just finding the opening on the floor. Decided she didn't need to power it, just find the hole in the Elmhurst defense and drop it in short.
Very short serve just over the top of the net. Charging ahead is Hannah Lesson. Short attempt from the left side. Set over by Briner. In the middle, it's Wilkes, too long. And we are tied at 5 here in the second set.
Expected this might be a close one. The first set was certainly a back and forth here. Elmhurst had the early lead in this second set, but Cardinals even it right back up at 5.
Stepping up is Thompson. It's blocked back, but read perfectly by Morgan. Very short attempt from Hannah Lesson. Winding up is Harner, and she has it blocked back.
Thompson and Wilkes a piece of the block that time for the Blue Jays. A couple substitutions. You see Erin Thill check back in. Antonia Vesey-Smith getting her first action today. Vesey-Smith, an all-conference performer last year for the Blue Jays, just a sophomore.
Erin Thill fires it into the net, tying the score at 6 here in the second. Jamie Draws starts way back with her serve, and overcalled on the attempt from Erin Thill.
Good strong serve that time by Droz, unable to handle it or the Blue Jays.
V.C. Smith has it blocked back, tipped at the net, and over by North Central.
Elmhurst defense almost caught napping that time. Briner right there in the middle had just nothing but open floor space in front of her, found the wide open spot and put it down.
Another long serving run for Jamie Droz, who had a lengthy one in the first set as well. Here's V.C. Smith with a strong attempt. Dug out by Eggert. Tapped into the back row. Morgan is there. Charging ahead is Lesson from the left side. It was tipped. And the Blue Jays are the big side out.
Lesson slaps it off of Ryan Lally, that time for the side out and the point for Elmhurst. Keeps this a 1-point set here in the early going of the second.
Here's Hannah Lesson serving. Hailing from Bloomington, Illinois. And a kill for Allie Briner very easily for North Central.
Blue Jays are giving the Cardinals some space into the back corners if they can find it, and that time Briner picking her spot perfectly. Able to put it down for the kill.
9-7 lead for North Central. Phil able to knock it back towards Milky, who sends it over. Leaping at the net and into the net on the attempt from the Cardinals.
It's a mishandled pass that time from Harner to Briner. Briner unable to get anything on it, not able to get it up over the net. Blue Jays catch a break. Nice job that time by Phil to kind of back set it towards Wilkes, who was able to dump it over, caught part of the block for the Cardinals and made it that much more difficult for North Central.
It is Wilkes serving. V.C. Smith diving to keep it alive. Hannah Lesson will just shoot it over. North Central tries an attempt from the set slot. Reynolds winds up. Into the back row. The Cardinals are scrambling. Briner, too long.
Two mistakes in a row by Briner. They're trying to just send some free balls over the net. That one sends it over the side out of play. Gives Elmhurst two straight. It's 9-9 now here in the second.
Tied up. North Central having to recover after some initial difficulties with the serve. An opening found. Cardinals able to keep it alive as Eggert knocks it over the net. V.C. Smith from the left side is tipped. Sets up Crystal Wright. Dug out by Phil. Here's V.C. Smith again. And V.C. Smith steps up for the Blue Jays.
Great point for Elmhurst that time, Tim. North Central doing all they could to keep that alive, as it sure looked like Milky had a kill down in the corner, but a tremendous dig by Harner to keep it alive for the Cardinals.
Still serving for Elmhurst, it's Caitlin Wilkes. With the Blue Jays now in front, V.C. Smith kind of stuck in an in-between position, didn't have much she could do with it. And it results in a side out heading back North Central's way, tied at 10.
Said it all along, we expected this match to be close, and so far dead even at the second after a very close opening set.
Reynolds with a hard attempt. Back out towards Wright, and Wright able to send it home for North Central. The Cardinals are in front 11-10. Allie Briner serving. Looking for the left side. Milky steps up. It is tipped.
Melissa Milky, another one of those Blue Jay players who can play either back row or come up swinging as a hitter for Elmhurst. Strong back row player, very good at digging up some attack attempts by the Cardinals, but also can swing with the best of them when she gets an opportunity.
Katie Rufer sets up Milky over the blockers. Wright will wind up. Knocked back. Lally looking for the middle. Overshoots her intended target as the jump was mistimed by Shanna Luce.
Similar to the way Elmhurst was struggling at times in that first set, looks like North Central is almost doing the same thing here, Tim. Several points coming on errors here by the Cardinals midway through the second set.
Elmhurst leads 12-11 as Reynolds over the top with a soft touch and down.
Great touch by Megan Reynolds. No need to power that shot down to the floor. when finesse will do just fine. She sees the opening, tips it right over the block. No Cardinal player near that one. And an easy kill for the freshman middle hitter.
Jump ball at the net. Megan Milky wins it. And the Blue Jays have a 14-11 lead, prompting a timeout for North Central.
Good job by by Melissa Milky. Up front, just winning the almost a 50-50 ball right at the net. She gains control, stuffs it over the net and down for the point. And North Central burning their first time out here at 14-11, trailing by 3 in this second set. Already down 1-0 after the Blue Jays took the opener 25-22.
Our next upcoming broadcast here on Blue Jay TV will be this weekend. Yes, soccer.
Soccer doubleheader at Langhorse Field. Elmhurst welcomes Carthage College to town. The women will be up first with a match, followed by the men. You can catch all that action right here at www.bluejaytv.com. We'll have soccer in the fall. We've got soccer lined up for you. More Elmhurst volleyball along with Elmhurst football. Basketball, both men's and women's, wrestling on the agenda for the wintertime as well.
In other words, you're going to want to bookmark this page.
Also going to be your home, not just have video here, but you'll also have some streaming audio webcasts as well for some road football games over the course of this year.
Into the net against Elmhurst as North Central able to register the side out following the stoppage. And you can now find Elmhurst College Athletics on Facebook as well. As North Central zaps it into the net, 15-12, Elmhurst on top.
Karen Serva probably not happy with that one. You can't try to cut into this lead and then swing it, serve it right back into the net and hand the Blue Jays a point right back.
Into the net on the attempt from Crystal Wright.
Another hitting error by the Cardinals, and Elmhurst opening up a 4-point advantage now.
16-12. Melissa Milky on serve. Swatted at by Shanna Luce. An attack from the libero, Sarah Eggert. Eggert digs it out for the Cardinals. She'll have to try again. To her counterpart, Perry Morgan. Morgan sets up Hannah Lesson. Snuffed out by Harner. Harner stepping up, short, kept alive and over. Elmhurst out of position but able to recover. Very short attempt from Megan Reynolds. Nice rally here. Looking for the left side, Hannah Lesson able to convert.
Cardinals too many chances where they just did not get too many offensive swings on the ball. They were more trying to just get the ball over the net, keep it in play, and eventually the Blue Jays able to get one of those good swings to put the ball down.
17-12 and a service error from Melissa Milky, who was looking to go short and left it about 3 feet short of the net into the first row of her teammates.
Milky, a kind of sheepish grin on her face. She knew that was her error, trying to, like you said, trying to go to the short corner here just over the net, and well short that time. And another mistake by North Central.
Service error into a service error.
Third service error of the set here by the Cardinals has given Elmhurst 3 points. They've got an 18-13 lead now.
And we've got a stoppage for a substitution. Caitlin Wilkes entered for Elmhurst. And now in as well, Jamila Chaudhry. As Chaudhry replaces Milky on the floor. 18-13, the Blue Jays with the lead. Morgan to serve. And it is knocked down by the Cardinals at the net. Good job in the middle from Shanna Luce.
Shanna Luce, Jamie Droz looks like she got a hand on that one close to it as well for North Central.
(18-14). Thompson will wind up at the net. Jump ball set down. Caitlin Wilkes with some net presence for the Blue Jays.
Right place, right time for Caitlin Wilkes. Was standing right in the perfect spot as that one that too hard to handle for North Central came right back. Wilkes with nothing but open floor in front of her puts it right back over and down.
Enter Aaron Thill with a deep serve. Stepping up and being set over is Anna Wirtz. Wirtz keeping it alive. The Cardinals are finding themselves out of position as they hit it into the net a lot here in the second set.
A lot of hitting errors this set, Tim. You called it. North Central backpedaling an awful lot here on defense here. Not really able to try and get moving forward and getting any good swings on offense, which is exactly what Elmhurst is trying to keep them doing, pushing them back. And another serve-receive error that time by the Cardinals as North Central is just backpedaling like crazy now in the second. Elmhurst has opened up a commanding 7-point lead.
21-14. Lally had problems handling the serve. Karen Saramet-Kunka adjusting her lineup in the back row now. Crystal Wright will enter right in the middle for North Central. Diving to her knees is Eggert to handle the serve. And North Central, after the substitution, capitalizes.
And that's what if you're North Central, exactly what you want to do. Serve, receive, perfect, a great pass to the setter, and a perfect setup for Jamie Droz, who's able to go cross-court with the winner.
21-15. Droz serving as well. Here's V.C. Smith stepping up. Too long on her set attempt. Right idea, just a little bit too much on it.
Blue Jays have to dodge it. Jamie Droz has had a very good serve for North Central. She's got a very hard serve that's been hard for Elmhurst to handle.
Droz off the top of the net with a left-handed attempt. V.C. Smith will step up, knock it into the middle of North Central. V.C. Smith sets up the middle, looking for Wilkes. It's blocked back. V.C. Smith, jump ball on the left side for Lesson, blocked back again, and a lift.
Let's see if Julie Hall calls the timeout here. 4-point lead, and that's exactly what she's going to do. Blue Jays had a 7-point lead. North Central with 3 straight points. Julie Hall says, no, let's not let them get any closer. Take a timeout right now and see if we can kill this rally here by the North Central.
21-17. The Cardinals, who had been seemingly moving backwards, as you were talking about, Kevin, not so much over the last couple of points as they are moving forwards and have been able to creep their way back into set number 2. They lost the first set 25-22 and are trailing here in the second set to Elmhurst 21-17 as well.
You said, Tim, it's hard in a match like this where you figure both teams pretty evenly matched coming in, that you can't have that many mistakes in a set and expect to come out on top. And, too many too many hitting errors by the Cardinals, a couple of serve-receive errors as well by North Central, and a few serve errors too. Just the errors will mount up in this set, and they can come back to bite you.
Each team has taken a timeout here in the second set. Jamie Droz with a short attempt off the top of the net, diving in as Morgan to keep it alive. Hannah Lesson will have a go. Swatted at by Harner, and 4 hits.
Sandy Ebenetti right there on top of the official at the top of the net. Said nope, did not go over, was not touched by Elmhurst. That's 4 on North Central. Brings the Blue Jays 3 points closer to ending this set.
22-17. Hannah Lesson attacking back left. Big swing from Allie Briner. Perhaps the biggest swing of the match so far from North Central, as Allie Briner left no doubt. (22-18). V.C. Smith with a try. Into the back row. Jump ball at the net. And it is out.
Wasn't touched by Elmhurst. The blockers pulled away from it last second. Saw it was going to go over that sideline. And Karen Saramet-Kunka will use her second and final timeout of this set, as Elmhurst just 2 points away from wrapping up set number 2. They're up 23-18. Similar situation what we saw here in the first. Cardinals were up 22-20, but Elmhurst battled back 5 straight points. So North Central confident that they can do it as well here, but the Blue Jays with a chance to wrap it up here and go up with it 2-0 here. Elmhurst coming up, like you said, Tim, going to the NYU tournament, then on the road for a little while now. Going to NYU this weekend, the 24th, 25th. They'll play 2 straight road Tuesdays then in conference play at Millikan on September 28th. Then they go to Carthage College, which will be 2 very tough road matches, in particular in Kenosha when they face the Lady Reds, the reigning CCIW champion. Then they go to the Platteville tournament on the 8th and 9th before hosting Augustana College on October 12th.
23-18. Elmhurst on serve. And North Central hits it off of V.C. Smith on the attempt from Crystal Wright. (23-19). Here's Allie Briner serving. Milky has a go. And miscommunication amongst the North Central hitters.
Not the greatest setup pass from the back row by the Cardinals, and like you said, just about 3 hitters going for that ball at the middle of the net. Leads to the mistake, another error by North Central, and the Blue Jays have set point, 5 of them in fact now here in set number 2.
As the crowd comes to life here at R.A. Fagenal Hall, it is the Blue Jays 24 and the Cardinals 19. Looking to end the second set, Katie Rufer on serve. The attempt coming from Crystal Wright. Now it is Milky on the left side, too long.
Let's see if the Cardinals have a run. Elmhurst had to answer in the first with a bunch of straight points. North Central finds themselves down 4, but they can't give up any here as the Blue Jays have set point.
Off the net, and it ends on a service error. 25-20. Elmhurst wins the second set as the Blue Jays have captured the first 2 here in front of the home fans tonight. 25-22 and 25-20. We'll have the third set coming your way in moments. This is Elmhurst College Volleyball on Blue Jay TV. Set number 3 from R.A. Fagenal Hall here on the campus of Elmhurst College. The Blue Jays with a 2-0 advantage. In the first set, they overcame some miscues to control a 25-22 decision. And in the second set, they took advantage of miscues by North Central to score a 25-20 victory. Along with Kevin Jude, I'm Tim Calderon on this maiden voyage of Elmhurst College volleyball here on Blue Jay TV. Elmhurst looking to finish off North Central tonight. If they can do so, the Blue Jays would up their record to 2-0 in the CCIW. And that is big, given that their next two CCIW contests will be on the road at Milliken and at Carthage. Katie Rufer begins on serve for the Blue Jays in the third, and it's a deep serve towards the net, over. North Central attempting to recover as Eggert taps it ahead, and a lift is called.
Change in libero in this third set for Elmhurst as Jamila Chaudhry wearing the pink jersey. Out there is the libero.
Tough to miss in the pink.
Should be very easy for the officials to make sure that there's no confusion at all there.
Elmhurst is in the blue on your right, North Central in the black on your left. As the Cardinals lead 1-0 here in the third set, looking to stay alive. Some lineup changes for Karen Saramet-Kunka. Joelle Luson is serving to begin the second set, and Luson cannot make it a 2-point advantage. Tied at 1. Hannah Lesson serving up the left side of the floor. Droz will knock it ahead. Stepping up in the middle, a huge attack from Megan Mullaney, and the Cardinals cannot chase it down.
Great job that time. It was all set up by Lesson going down the sideline, had North Central going back on their heels, having to send it over the net in a free ball. Perfect handling of the free ball by Chaudhry to the setter, and Mullaney, the trailer on the play, buried it.
Elmhurst on top 2-1 here in the third set. Kayla Murphy in for the first time for North Central as well with a long attempt. And it is 3-1 in favor of the Blue Jays here in the third. Elmhurst with a 2-0 advantage. Winding up on the left side, Kayla Murphy with a huge attempt for the Cardinals. Sarah Eggert knocking around the volleyball. Looking to even the score. Jump ball at the net, and North Central does just that. Tied at 3.
Karen Saramet-Kunka hoping that her lineup changes will pay off, and so far, Cardinals with some early points have kept it 3-3 now.
Sarah Eggert deflecting off the net. To the floor falls Megan Mullaney, who fails to keep it alive. And
Nothing Megan Mullaney can really do on that one, Tim. Off the top of the net, just hung out to dry in that situation. Most of the time, that's probably not going to make it over the net. That time, a break for the Cardinals as it catches the top of the tape and drops into play.
They attack Chaudhry. Here is Mullaney winding up. From the back row, Eggert sends it over to her counterpart, and it won't get over. 4 hits, 5-3 North Central.
We'll just need to relax here in the early going. Shake off the early mistakes, come back, and if they can handle the serve, get a good swing here on offense.
Eggert off the top of the net with an ace.
Eggert living and dying by the tape out there today. 2 straight balls off the top of the tape that result in aces for her, and the Cardinals now have a 3-point lead.
And a wet spot on the floor being mocked up by Janelle Thompson and company for the Blue Jays.
You said it's a warm, humid day out here. A very surprisingly warm day for
It is, really?
For late September.
Can't tell by the redness on our faces from up here. Feel like I should have brought my own portable air conditioner up here to R.A. Faginal Hall
They
today.
said it was approaching 90 degrees outside today, so the floor, it's going to be humid inside the building, and the floor is going to be pretty slippery at times. So
Eggert reopens play with another ace. Consecutive aces for Sarah Eggert, and North Central leads 7-3. Julie Hall has seen enough. Timeout Elmhurst.
Yeah, Hall wants to see if the Blue Jays can catch their breath as Eggert just kind of picking apart the Elmhurst defense, that time just choosing her spots, that time going down the sideline again, finding an opening in the Blue Jays defense to drop the serve in for the A's. As North Central opening up a 4-point advantage here early in the third. That's as big as a lead as they've had in any set in this whole match, Tim. Cardinals never really led in the second. They fell behind early. Back and forth in that first game. The Cardinals had never really led, like we said, in the second. Elmhurst opened it up and, for the most part, controlled the second, opening up a 7-point advantage at one point. And now North Central a 4-point cushion, 7-3. Still very early in the third, but nonetheless, the Cardinals trying to claw their way back into this match. And
early enough to force a timeout anyway. 7-3 North Central.
And doing a great job at the serving is Sarah Eggert, the 5'4" freshman for the Cardinals. 3 aces here in this run of 4 straight points for North Central.
Credit North Central with doing a very good job of mixing up the lineup to try to find something that works out there on the floor as well. Mullaney with a swing, blocked back. From the right side, winding up is Thompson, and it was tipped to give the Blue Jays the points.
It sailed long, but Mary Malpedi, the down official, right there to call the tip. Coach Sarah